Welcome, this is Crimey Queen, and if you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile. Hence we say the crimson light is life. So when we smile, we are hitting that 22 frequency. Of course, it's a 22 is a master number. If Christ liked master numbers, so do I. Must be something good about it, since we are looking at the word sacrifice. We are not just looking at the word sacrifice, we are looking at aspects of sacrifice, because sacrifice is all in our makeup. It's our psyche, it's our conditions. Everything we do seem to be evolved around sacrifice. So okay, I've just completed the presentation on fingers with Denzel Washington. I made mention of Denzel Washington. Okay, but it was about a ring. And after, of course, watching that representation, where we found out that the ring equaled three, the word ring equals three. It's that worm where it's made reference to in the scriptures. I think Christ said, "Oh, but I'm a worm," when someone said I'm good or something. But didn't he have a lot of wisdom? It's really something that I'm still trying to get my head around, because some things just seemed like, what are you saying? Remember when Christ was talking about the parables to the crowd, and his disciples, they didn't understand what he was saying. So they said to him, "Well, why are you speaking in parables to them and they don't understand?" And he said, "Well, it's not meant for them to understand." Now I am thinking, well, why bother say those things if you know they're not going to understand? But of course, there is a deep essence in all of this, that although you may not understand, but the frequency of words, the words seem to have a degree of vibration. They activate, and that's why he said, "I am a worm, but I am a worm," because he knows even if they don't understand it, then at that time will come, whether they don't, their children might, or their children's children, or it goes on. And I suppose now some of us do understand what he meant. Okay, so I find that very interesting. But this is the thing about this marriage thing as well. People get married and we see the end. Now, this is one of the keys that we know. We know this is key. We know it is key from the oh, we've got a different template here. From the template. So this is the I'm trying not to encircle it too much. Let's use green, because we know with green we are safe, because that is where agreements were done. Green agreements. So this is intuition is at work. Yeah. So let's do this. And we know we are safe. So even if it's encircled, no one can touch us. It's okay. And here and here. So this is the template that we are working from. This is a representation of that template. All right. So back to the ring with Denzel Washington. I was saying I saw him rubbing the ring. Now rubbing. Let's see rubbing. We didn't look at that. Rubbing ring. That's what rubbing. Because rubbing has different connotation, hasn't it? I mean, if someone was rubbing you or rubbing against you, let's see what this is all about, this rubbing business. Okay, 9322957. Okay, so let's take off this worm here for a while. So that is 12. I'm going to count how it seemed to work for me. I am trying to just count away that, because I believe you are following me and that you understand what I'm doing is important. But I'll just show you how I go with it. So my eyes tend to just go like this. So this is 9 and 9, 18, and I would do this. So that is 20. In my head, somehow it works out easier. So 20, 3 and 2, 5. So 25 and 5, 30, 30 and 7, 37, 37. So this is 10. that rubbing he was doing was 10, which means it gives that it gives that it denotes mutuality, although it is one in essence, because that one is what comes alive now from the zero, if you like. It's taken that shape out of, it's like a zero was stretched out, but the zero is showing you, or it's a representation of. Mm, 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 mm. The zero is a representation of what it is deriving from. Why I am saying this, is it any wonder that it said that behind every strong man is a woman, and that is the representation there. So he is strong, and she is here. He's going to work here this way to the left now, though, till they go round. Okay, but that's another cycle. So that's what I really want to clarify on this presentation, though, because we said finger. We had finger, Finger, and we had 6, 9, 5, 7, 5, 9. Okay, so 9 and 9, 18. Okay, 9 and 9, 18 here. 19, 20, that's 24. That's 29. And 30, that would be 36. And 41. So we said 41. That's right. 41, which we said was 5, which really coincides. And not only that, the beauty about this is really that Christ, the Christ Spirit, seemed to be so present in this presentation, in this lesson, in this understanding. I love it. I really love it, because these are the things that increase my faith in Christ. These are the things that help me understand. These are the things that I can relate to. I want to see because I want to grow. I want to know. Okay, and there the evidence is right there. So we saw that 5. This is the 5. And we also saw that the ring, so this was the 5. And we also saw that the ring was free. So what I'm really trying to clarify, I know that in the last presentation, I made the reference to the 4. I seem to have gone a long way around to sort of show the 8. But what I want to really show, because if each spouse has the 5, which is the ring, each person has a ring. So let's do this. So male has 5, female has 5. 5 and 5 equals 10. Okay. Male has a ring, because we had the finger, but we're doing the ring. So male had ring, free. Female had ring, free. Do you see? 3 and 5 is 8, and 3 and 5 is 8. So if the two come together, 8 and 8 is 16. This is it. This is it. So with rings together, they come to 1. This is where we started with this. They are 1. This is how they become 1. This is a symbol of 1. Now, I've always heard this. Of course, I've been married before myself, but I couldn't understand this. Oh, you are 1. Whereas I can go all over my business, do what I want or whatever. And even if I kind of feel a sense of oneness, it had not made much sense to me in understanding that 1, And I think there is something to be said with having a sense of clarity and knowledge. You just tend to have more respect and honor and reverence for that which you are doing. Of course, I did have reverence, but, whatever. Yeah. And so we see that joining here. And of course, if they were to join here with the rings, it has that 6. That six, like that oneness is being transpired here again. I love this. I mean, it gives, it does make things clear. So it's about numbers. It really is about numbers. So we should say MF. That sounds like a material for building houses. MBF, or there is a F, something to that effect. But we see that, and if we were to add, so each person in actual fact, 3 and 5 is 8. Each individual is there representing the sense of wholeness, the sense of infinity in that sense. And if you wanted to join or add 8 and 8, 16, 1 and 6 become 7, you are still whole, created in 6 days. On the 7th day, you rested because you are in one accord. You are of one mind. When you have started your sentence, the other person ends it. They know what you're thinking without you asking a lot of questions, and this is when you kind of tend to know things are not really going, when there's a lot of unnecessary questions that you weren't used to being asked, and all of a sudden you ask, well, what time did you get there? And there's a lot of questions that just seem out of the blue. But when there's that oneness, oh yes, please, before the question is asked, yes, a cup of tea, Bond. Okay, that's another thing. James Bond. That is another presentation. I'm going to do another presentation. I've got to do a presentation on James Bond. It's really to really show the extent of what we are. It's like we are, put it this way, we are in a spider web. But that doesn't mean every time you see a spider, it's actually in a web. But we are in a great invisible spiderweb. That is it. Okay. Spiderweb, that reminds me. 8 legs, yes. Sense of wholeness. Infinity. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found it fun. I certainly have. Well, yes. Really interesting. Okay. So, those of you who are thinking about getting married now, you have some kind of figurative, well, not just mathematical equation to make a reference to. So I hope you'll share, I hope you'll subscribe, and of course, click the like button, and yes, namaste. Oh, and spill over with love, of course. Share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualize it. Self-love. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay bright, and stay ignited.